21st century, mankind has colonized the last unexplored region on Earth, the ocean. As captain of the Seaquest and its crew, we are its guardians. For beneath the surface lies the future.
Hey everyone, welcome back. Tonight we're going to take a look at an oldie, but in my opinion, a goodie. Yeah, we're going to go back to 1994 when Monogram released their series of kits for the TV series Seaquest. Seaquest was, to me, it was a really cool show, and actually it still stands out today as one of my all-time favorites. Not the entire series, mind you, but just the first season. I thought it was really, really cool, and in some cases, I thought it was better than Star Trek. Now, I know that's probably blasphemy for a lot of you guys out there, but the reason I say that is because the show, while it's futuristic and sci-fi, it was also very plausible. It had its 1 foot rooted in sci-fact. It only took place a couple years into our future, and the ocean is right outside our door for most of us, and there is a lot to be explored there, whereas Star Trek was based so far into the future, and more science fiction than it was anything else. Although I enjoyed both, don't get me wrong, and Star Trek has its place. It's probably one of the greatest sci-fi shows ever. But like I said, because of the roots of this one and my kind of a love I have for the sea, I thought this was a really cool show, and I really, really enjoyed it. So I bring you tonight Seaquest's Stinger kit. Now, I wouldn't say it's a grail kit for me, but it is a kit I've wanted for quite some time. One reason or another, I never really went out and picked it up. Times I did want to pick it up. The price was a little steeper than I thought it should have been, or that I was willing to pay at that time. I've recently found it on, I watch it here and there on eBay, and sometimes I didn't have the money or what have you, or like I said, it was still just kind of out of control. I finally found one a couple weeks ago that was really cheap, and I grabbed it as soon as I could. So here it is. It's not, the most in-depth of kits either. I mean, it's only got about 20 pieces, but I figured I'll do a quick review of it also, since it's a kit that I haven't found any reviews on, and being a kit from the 90s, I guess just, people are out there buying them, they're available, but you really don't know what's in them, like I said, because nobody's done a review. So I figure we'll get inside the box here and take a look at the parts. So if there's anyone out there that really wants one, or is considered wanting to get one, now they'll have a better idea when they do, if they watch the video. So hang on, be right back. Alright, so here we are. We got our Seaquest Stinger box. A nice size box. rectangle. It's got a nice graphic on the top with the Seaquest logo right here. You can see the shadow outline of the Seaquest in the background, and then of course it's got 2 stingers on here, which really is not correct because there was only 1 stinger, or at least for the first season. I don't remember if they had him in the second, but regardless, it's got a nice graphic of the stinger on here. Side of the box, we got ourselves a little bit of history here, and then we've got some actual photos of the model kit finished up. Okay, it looks like it builds into a very, very nice model. The sides pretty much the same as the top, same graphic. On this side, it shows us the other kits that are in the series, such as the Seaquest itself, Darwin, and then the transport. I've got all of these except for the Darwin kit. At one time I didn't really want it. I had no interest at all in building a dolphin, but I have to admit, since this is the last one and I don't have it, I'm really kind of considering going out and getting it if I can find it for a decent price. But anyway, I digress. So that's the box. It looks pretty much like all the others except different graphics. You know, they all have this very blue underwater type feel to them. So let's take a look inside. Alright, the inside, we've got ourselves the directions. Inside the directions, we've got some decals. We'll take a look at those later. A little bit of Monogram propaganda catalog offer. Never got into this shit. Stuff. Alright. The kit was used, it was open, and it was unboxed. So I don't know if it was bagged before the person got it. But it's unbagged, which, it's got this really nice, huge canopy, which really isn't that bad, but because it's been out and about, it's got some scratches on it. So we're going to have to do some buffing that out, do the crystal clear, not crystal clear, but the future thing on it, try to get this nice and clear. The first brew is empty because the parts fell off. We got ourselves, and like I said, there's about 20 pieces in here. It's not an overwhelming kit. It says it's a skill 2, but we'll see how it goes together. But really, it's not an in-depth kit. We've got the base. Okay, just looks like a rock mound on the bottom of the ocean. Kind of funky starfish sitting there. These bases always look cheesy to me. I don't know why, but I have some ideas to try to doctor it up, make it look a little better, but we'll have to wait and see when we get to that part. We've got one of the main sprues here, and it's got the one half of the Stinger, raised panel lines on it, which really doesn't bother me all that much. And I was thought about maybe sanding them off and then rescribing them. I have to take a look at the show though and see what it looked like. I have all of it on my computer, digital download, so I'll have to take a look. But to be honest with you, I don't think I'm really going to do much to that. I'll just leave it the way it is. You've got your, I guess you'd call these the, these are the fins for the back. These go up here on the dorsal, okay, and then you've got the I guess if you were a submariner, you'd call these bow planes. Over here we've got the 2 parts for the inside of the the canopy, and we got the thrusters. See, it's all molded in black, so it's a little difficult to see. Get some light. Zoom in. Okay. Get a little idea. You can see a little bit. Not overly detailed, but, you know, those are the thrusters. And this piece here goes on the center behind the canopy, and they call that a dorsal. Or a snorkel, I'm sorry, the snorkel. We've got the cockpit, which is nicely detailed, actually. Got some nice detail. I think with some detailed painting, some dry brushing, you can actually make it look pretty good. I'm surprised nobody's actually gone out and lit this up, though. But we'll see what we can do to make it pop a little bit. You've got the other half of the Stinger itself. Well, we've got the other half of the Stinger. Okay. A little scratched up here, but, you know, a little sanding will clean it up pretty nice. Alright. This here is one of the ports the thrusters fit in here, and this comes off the main body of the Stinger. The other piece we have here is the head of the pilot. So you can zoom in, you can take a look how detailed he is. Okay, focus. Focus. Not too bad. Doesn't look like any character from the show, just a generic person piloting the Stinger. You've got control piece here. This is what they steer the ship with. It's very much like a the steering column, lack of a better word, steering column for a what do they call them, a wave runner. Okay, and then it's got a base plaque here. Inside we got the rest. We've got the other thruster housing for the other side. We've got the tip or nose of the Stinger. And then we got the body of the pilot. Okay. Let's come in and see him a little bit. Not too bad. If you notice here, they've put the locations where his patches go. This would be his name patch, very much like an Air Force patch that has his name, rank, and then the ship he's with. It's not Air Force, but that's the Air Force has those leather patches. And then over here is the Seaquest patch. So the detail on this isn't that bad. It's hollowed in the back. No big thing here, because once he's sitting in the chair, you're not going to see that, so that's okay. You got his two arms here. Come on, focus. Anyway, those are his arms. You can see the location for the patch on the shoulder there also. And, well, that's it. That's all there is to this kit. Like I said, it's not a very big kit. It's 1/20th scale. It's a skill level 2 from Monogram. You know, I hear some people say they can't get a hold of them. Other times they seem like they're relatively available on eBay. Price fluctuates though. You know, it all depends on what you're willing to pay. Being that it was such a favorite of mine, I'm surprised I haven't gotten it sooner, but, you know, it is what it is. So, I really hope to get to this really soon. I'm kind of excited. I'm going to do some research on it, see what can get for the proper paint scheme for it and everything, and then we'll go from there. So, I hope this helped for anybody out there that's interested in the Seaquest. If you guys have out there that remember the show Seaquest, it looks like it's a pretty cool kit, so we'll have to check out how it builds up. If you're interested in watching Seaquest, yeah, I'm sure you can find it around on Netflix or something like that. Season 1 is by far the best. It's a kick-ass season. 2, not so good. Actually, it sucks pretty bad. And in Season 3, they revamped the entire show by getting rid of Roy Scheider and bringing in Michael Ironside, and they gave it a big you know, tried to bring it more to the sci-fi world, and just didn't cut it, and the show, you know, flopped. But season 1, I highly recommend it. So if you get a chance, you should check it out. So, and that's it for right now. So till next time, be strong. You know, forgot one thing, guys. Sorry about that. The directions. Okay, the directions are pretty simple. Okay, you've got your first cover page. It gives you a little graphic of the Stinger in action, which is nothing like what happened on the show in any means. It's just a drawing, and it gives you a little history of the Stinger on the bottom. And then you've got your paint callouts here, and then it starts the assembly, and it's a quick 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 steps to get this sucker built. Very, very simple. Okay? Very easy to follow. And then the other thing that this actually has is decals. There's not a lot of decals to it, but that's okay. It's got the key decals. One, these decals are for the big canopy, which is really kind of nice because that means you don't have to worry about trying to paint the clear plastic. So that's good, because painting clear plastic can get a little ugly every now and then. But the other neat piece that it has, zoom in, is it's got all the patches for the pilot. You've got the Seaquest logo for his shoulder, his chest. You've got the UEO, United Earth Oceans patch for his hat, I believe. Got different shoulder patches here. Here you got his name patch here, and these are the epaulets on his collar. Well, not epaulets, but these are for his collar. And that's it. So I forgot to show you guys that. So, all right. So anyway, till next time, be strong.
Performance trials for UEO, a single-seat underwater submersible. Minimum top speed, 100 miles an hour.
I can beat this.
Just stop the hot dogging.
I'm getting a little shimmy. Somebody stole the prototype.
Lucas!